This is Chapter 11 for Accounting 1, Lesson 4. We're going to do work together. If you are doing this, you should really pause and alternate and try to answer the questions on your own before I show you the correct answer. So the instructions say we're going to use the journals provided and the general ledger accounts that are provided. For number 1, we are going to post the October 31st column totals of the sales journal. So to do this, we need to go to the sales journal, and we are posting the totals for the sales journal. So we're going to be posting these 3 numbers here. So the first thing I need to do is go to the accounts receivable ledger. And what is it I need to do? If you can walk us through, go ahead and try and walk us through it, and then I will put in the correct answers. Okay, what we're doing, we're going to start with the date. The end of the month is the 31st, so we put 31. Post reference, it's going to come from S10. This is a debit, so we're going to record it in the debit column. And we already had a debit balance, so we need to add the 2 numbers together. And that's going to give us $8,662.33. Is that what you got? Final thing I need to do is take the account number 1130. We're going to put it up here in parentheses. Okay. Number 2 says we will post the October 31st column total. Oh, wait. Sorry, we're not done with number 2. We still have to do these other 2 accounts. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go to the sales credit ledger. So the sales ledger. And if someone would walk us through how to do this one. All right, we're going to put the date being the 31st. Post reference will be S10. This is a credit, so we're going to go to the credit column. And because we already had a credit balance, we're going to add the 2 numbers together. And you should get $240,295. Is that what you got? Finally, to show that we're done with the transaction, we're going to take the account number 4,110 and put it in parentheses. Okay, then we're going to record the sales tax payable. So I'm going to go to the sales tax payable journal. And why don't you walk us through what we need to do? Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to record the date, which is the 31st. The information is coming from S10. This is a credit column, so we're coming to the credit column. The amount is $417.60. We had a credit balance. We have a new credit, so we're going to add the 2 numbers together. And you should get $1,824.48. To show we're finished, we're going to take account number 2140 and put up here in parentheses. Okay, now we're done with step number 1. Step number 2 says we're going to post the October 31st column totals of the purchases journal. So we're going to go to the purchases journal. Okay. thought I typed something wrong. Purchases journal. And which ledger are we going to need to find? We're going to need to find the purchases ledger. And walk us through how to record this one. We're going to start with the date, which is the 31st. Post reference, where did it come from? It came from P10 for purchases 10. This is the purchases debit, so this goes in the debit column. And because we already had a debit balance, we will add the two debits together. And we come up with a total of $118,378. Finally, we take the account number 5110 and put in parentheses. Okay, we're not done with this purchases journal, so which other ledger am I going to need? We're going to need the accounts payable ledger, because this number is also for the accounts payable credit. Walk us through this one. Okay, we're going to put the date of the 31st. Post reference will be P10. For accounts payable, it's a credit, so we're going to come to the credit column and record our total. We had a previous credit balance. We have a new credit, so we're going to add the two together. And when we add those two numbers together, we should get $16,755.20. We're going to record the account number up here. It already filled it in for us, so I hope you guys have that one right. Step number 3, we're going to post the October 31st column totals of the cash receipts journal. So we're going to go to cash receipts. And what is the first ledger we're going to need to find? We need to find the accounts receivable ledger. So accounts receivable. And someone walk us through this one. Okay, we're going to record the date, which is the 31st. This is coming from CR12. It is a credit, so we're going to the credit column. And because we had a debit balance, now we have a credit, we're going to subtract the 2. And when we subtract, we should get $2,302.33. This is still a debit because our debit was bigger than our credit. To show we have finished with this, we're going to take the account number, put it in parentheses. Here. Okay, what is the next ledger we need? Going to need the sales ledger. Okay, walk us through this one. We're going to put the date of the 31st because that's the end of the month. Post reference, it's a CR, was it 12? This is a credit column, so we're recording it in the credit. We already had a credit, so we're going to add the two together. And when we add those two together, we should get $258,615. To show we're done, we will take the account number and put underneath the total. Okay, what is the next ledger we need to find? We need to find the sales tax ledger. So sales tax payable. And someone show us how to do this one. Okay, we're going to start with the date, the 31st. Post reference will be CR12. This is a credit, so we're recording it in the credit column. We had a credit balance, so are we going to add or subtract? We're going to add the two numbers together. And when we do, we should get $8,099.20. We're going to record our account number up here. Okay. What is the next ledger we're going to need to find? The sales ledger. Begin with the date. Sorry, I misread that. It's not the sales ledger. It is the sales discount ledger. I hope you picked correctly. Sales discount ledger. Okay, we'll walk through this one. The date is the 31st. Post reference will be CR12. This is a debit. And we already had a debit balance, so when we add the two together, we should get a total of $2,229.40. Post the account number, and we're ready to go to the next ledger, which is what? Cash ledger. We'll begin with the date, 31st. Post reference will be CR12. This is in the debit column, so we're going to record the number, the $25,747.80 as a debit. We already had a debit balance. We hope we always have a debit balance on cash. Otherwise, we are out of cash and we are in the hole. And when we add our two debits together, we're going to get a total of $38,983.38. Did I type that correctly? No. Try that again. Okay. Put the post reference in. I missed a number. Okay, we are done with the cash receipts journal. Step number 3, we're going to post the October 31st column totals from the cash payments journal. Okay, what is the first thing we need to do? Before we even go to a ledger page, we need to do something. Are we going to post these totals anywhere? No. So we need to put a check mark below them. To show that we don't have to do anything with those. So what is the first ledger we're going to need to find? We need the accounts payable ledger. And whenever we walk through this one, the date is the 31st. This is coming from CP 15. This is a debit, so we're going to record it in the debit column. And because we had a credit balance, and this is a debit, because this is how much we have paid off on what we owed, we're going to subtract the two numbers. And when we subtract, we should get $8,099.20. for the total amount that we owe to other people. We're going to record our post reference. Okay, we're ready to go to the next ledger, which will be what? The purchases ledger, purchase discount ledger, sorry. And we'll walk through this one. The date is the 31st. Post reference will be CP15. This is a credit column, so we're recording it as a credit. We already had a credit balance, so we're going to add the two together. And when we add those two together, we should get $1,387.33. To show we're finished with this transaction, we're going to post. We'll put the post reference number. Okay. And what is our final ledger we need? We need the cash ledger. The date is still the 31st. So remember, we've already recorded the money that we brought in. Cash payments, this will be the money going out. It's going to be a credit. So we spent $18,704.16. So how much money do we have? We have a debit and a credit. We're going to subtract. Hopefully our debit's bigger than our credit, or we have a problem. And when we subtract, we are left with $20,279.22. To show we posted that one, we'll put in our account number. Okay, and we are done with the work together. Go ahead and do on your own. Check it, make sure you did it right, and then you need to proceed with doing application problem 11.4 for your homework.